Chair votes aye.
Oh, 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Meeting will come to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Manning,
Present.
Councilman Petroselli,
Present.
Councilman McGrowdy,
Present.
Will the clerk please read the minutes from our last meeting?
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we dispense with the minutes of the last meeting, reading of the minutes of the last meeting.
I second that.
Okay, we're accepting them as written. Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli,
In favor.
Councilman McGrowdy,
In favor.
Mayor Manning.
In favor. Reports from officers and committees.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, just announcing that budget season is upon us, so the excitement is in the air. Internal departmental meetings have already started, so your calls to the finance office might be delayed a little bit because they're entrenched in the budget work. And the public meetings will begin on September 5th, which is our next council meeting. And it will kick off with the water and sewer budget with David Dressel, the supervisor for both water and sewer departments. The tentative schedule is now complete. There's some on the table up here that I brought in. If you'd like a hard copy, a electronic copy will be on the city's website probably tomorrow or Monday, so you can check on there as well. Prior to each of the next 6 council meetings will be budget workshops for different departments. And also on that schedule shows when certain presentations are and public hearings. So we tried to put everything on that brief little schedule there so you can plan accordingly if you have an interest in the upcoming budget. Mayor, that is all that I have for this evening in reports.
Well, that's a lot. Seems like a little. All right, Scott, any old business?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, let's roll into new business.
In new business, we have ordinance number 2008, an ordinance of the City of Waterville, providing that the code of the City of Waterville, Chapter 260, Vehicle and Traffic, Article 4, Handicap Parking, Section 260-30B1, Access Points, be amended.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve this ordinance.
I second that.
Okay, is there any discussion or?
This is just an addition of an access point at 2416 Broadway as recommended by Lieutenant Strzok prior to the start of Chief Gerasi, and this has been distributed to the council for review.
Any questions, comments? Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli,
In favor.
Councilman McGrowdy,
In favor.
Mayor Manning.
In favor.
Next, we have ordinance number 2009, an ordinance of the City of Waterville, providing that the code of the City of Waterville, Chapter 260, Vehicle and Traffic, Article 4, Handicap Parking, Section 260-30C, Sign Locations, be amended.
I'd like to make a motion to accept ordinance number 2009 as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
So this is the removal of the handicap sign located at 401 7th Avenue, which once again was recommended by Lieutenant Strzok prior to the start of Chief Gerasi, and again has been distributed to the council for review.
Good. Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli,
In favor.
Councilman McGrowdy,
In favor.
Mayor Manning.
In favor. In favor.
Next, we have ordinance number 2010, an ordinance of the City of Waterville, providing that Chapter 260, Vehicle and Traffic of the Code of the City of Waterville, be amended.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve this ordinance as written.
I second that.
Any discussion?
So this ordinance in itself is rather long compared to the others. This accurately describes the speed zones around the Waterville High School and Waterville Elementary School areas and clearly defines them as school zones at 15 miles per hour.
Does it also remove old school zones? Or they,
Never previously adopted as a school.
okay.
We removed
So this creates it as a school zone.
the other school zone, which was St. Rita's like a couple of years ago.
So there were, in the city's code, there was no school zones.
Oh, at all?
identified.
Oh, okay. Because there was a sign down there and we removed them. Oh,
Lots of signs.
Lots of signs.
And there are signs 30 miles an hour?
30 mile an hour signs are city speed limit. So this would be changing the city speed limit down to a lower amount.
Are there going to be signs there stating that?
Yes.
And just, in addition to the speed limit sign, is there also going to be a sign that states that this is only during school days from 7 to 9 or 7 to 5?
We'll have a statement on there that that complies with vehicle and traffic safety law, yes.
We don't have it.
Correct.
Good suggestion.
Thank you.
Already covered, maybe? All right. We good on that? Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli?
In favor?
Councilman McGrady?
In favor.
Mayor Manning?
In favor.
Next, we have ordinance number 2011, an ordinance of the City of Waterville, providing that Chapter 260, Vehicle and Traffic of the Code of the City of Waterville be amended.
I'd like to make a motion to accept ordinance number 2011 as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
So this is adding signs on 19th Street, limiting the amount of time for parking, as recommended by Councilman Petroselli.
Discussion? Okay. Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli?
In favor?
Councilman McGrady?
In favor.
Mayor Manning?
Opposed?
Okay, so we'll need a second reading at the next meeting for that. Up next, we have resolution number 9639. The Council of the City of Waterville hereby approves an agreement between the City of Waterville and Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, commencing on March 1st, 2019 and ending on February 29th, 2020, to allow Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute to occupy the boathouse located at Hudson Shores Park and to have access to and use of the non-motorized dock that accompanies the boathouse for purposes of gaining access to the Hudson River for rowing activities conducted by RPI.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve this resolution as read.
I second that.
Discussion?
This is our annual agreement with RPI for use of the boathouse and docks at Hudson Shores Park.
Same one, like we said, we've had this is a renewal.
Yep.
Does it deal with the crane fee?
I believe that it does.
It is.
We have to relook at that with the barge not there?
Yeah, so lesser of the fee, lesser time
Okay,
for use of the crane.
gotcha. All right.
Good evening, everybody.
Aye.
Hi. Okay. Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli?
In favor?
Councilman McGrady?
In favor.
Mayor Manning?
In favor.
Next, we have resolution number 9640. Council of the City of Waterville hereby approves an agreement between the City of Waterville and the New York State Unified Court System for the City of Waterville to provide security services to the Waterville City Court.
I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution number 9640 as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
So this is a formal agreement between the state court system to utilize the city court and have the City of Waterville PD provide security at the court. All of the PD's time and amount of money that they paid for it is reimbursed to the city from the court system. So, no cost to the city, it's just the agreement that they will pay for the PD to provide security.
I'm good.
Good?
Okay.
Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli?
In favor?
Councilman McGrady?
In favor.
Mayor Manning?
In favor.
Next, we have resolution number 9641. Council of the City of Waterville hereby approves the payment of $1,535.94 to Sharon A. Boucher, owner of property located at 712 Fifth Avenue, as a refund for overpayments of water and sewer bills for the billing periods of May 2013 to November 2018.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve this resolution as read.
I second that.
Any discussion?
So as stated, this is a refund to a property owner who is being billed improperly for water and sewer.
Can you elaborate a little bit on how it happened?
Turn it over to Director of Finance to answer any
They,
other
for
questions.
whatever reason, they were being billed a flat metered rate,
A flat what?
metered rate, which is whatever it was at the time, and this goes back several years. So it was just a classification they had on the file. So for the audit last year that we performed in November, the November billing, it came up. And we corrected the billing rate, which prompted the property owner to not same. Watch my bill going down. So,
They're being charged for having a meter rate, and they should.
it's just it's a utility billing error.
Oh, I see, okay.
Set wrong code.
Wrong code, okay. I get it.
She had no meter.
So you had no meter.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli.
In favor?
Councilman Groudy.
In favor.
Mayor Man.
In favor.
Next, we have resolution number 9642. Council of the City of Waterville hereby establishes an advisory committee known as the Dog Park Committee to assist the council in the establishment of a dog park in the City of Waterville, and further appoints the following individuals to serve as members of the Dog Park Committee for a term of 3 months. Irvin Ackerman, member. Carla Carasone, member. Andrea Hughes, member. Austin McGuire, ex officio member, and Robert Loya, ex officio member.
I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution number 9642 as written.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
This is one of those instances where what Scott read is really all the information that there is. No, nothing else to really
Okay.
explain.
Take it away, Scott. Call the roll.
Councilman Petroselli.
In favor?
Councilman Groudy.
In favor.
Mayor Man.
In favor.
Mr. Mayor, to the best of my knowledge, that's all we have in new business.
Appropriations in the county.
Nothing.
Anything before public comment?
I just got a couple of little things here. Just wanted to make a mention that we had our child safety seat check August 1st. We had over 30 people on the that came and had their child safety seats checked, and all but 2 were, I think, were actually in compliance. So it was a good thing. We have, just to let you know too, we finished the canopy at the Dome. The painting is basically done. I believe Recreation's still got to do the top part of it and where they patched, but, and I'd like to thank, again, Channel 10, Stripes for the door, also John McAvoy and Bill Conroy for their help and assistance in finishing the canopy. I had a couple of questions too. I just wanted to ask about the status of the warning lights now at the elementary school, and also I wanted to ask about the at one time, we don't have to have it right now, but there's a question on the DEA reimbursement that we talked about, and I was just wondering if that has let's say moved on or got any further information on it.
So now that the passage of the ordinance of the school zone, we do have one, I guess, example of what it could be. So we can now order signs to have flashing light signs in those 2 school zone areas. So now that it's passed, we can do that.
They're not that difficult to install, right? They're solar.
Not to install. It all depends on which ones that you get.
Right. Yeah. I've seen some pretty elaborate ones.
Yeah, the elaborate ones are in the thousands
Right.
to purchase. We do not obviously go with those. So we do have some. They're all solar powered. A little bit of work for the DPW guys to put them together to get them out there. But we have one now, and there's some issues with it, but we can order it properly. As far as DEA reimbursements, there's certain ones that are in the system to be able to be reimbursed. So it's just drawing those down out of the system and having them reimbursed and the money sent to the finance department.
Okay. So that we already did that.
Yeah. Yep. Some money, yes.
Now, one other thing that you probably just forgot to mention was the water line grant.
Yeah, so the City of Waterville, through Department of Health and the Governor's Office, has received a grant to replace lead lateral lines, so lead water lateral lines. We expect that close to about half of the city probably has lead lines, being the old infrastructure that we have. So about 1,000 of those is estimated by the Water Department. We received a little over $500,000 for this. So we're currently putting together what the program will look like. Took a little while after the announcement to receive the official word and contact information for Department of Health. So we're working on that now to put together the program, and we will get information out as to how that program will move forward to replace those lead lateral lines. So it's basically replacing lead from the water main to your home and inside of your home.
I'm sure, I'm pretty surprised that there's that many lead lines. I thought most of them would be galvanized.
Yeah, so that's, again, that's a rough estimate from the water department. A lot of the older lines don't delineate whether they're lead galvanized or, we know now which ones are copper because we have them.
Right.
But a lot of times they were changed previously, but only to the curb box. So some folks may have lead in their house and it goes to the curb box, but from the curb box to the main, it might be copper. So when we begin this work, we'll basically look at your home, see if you have lead in your home, and that will trigger us to be able to know that there's a lead line.
So the pipe coming in will be, it has to be lead, like right into the, let's say, the shut-off or the valve coming into the house.
Into the house. Well, that would be the way for us to know
Right.
that it is,
Yeah.
without having to dig to confirm. So we would first look in the house. If you don't have lead coming in your house, it's very unlikely that you have any
Any
lead
lead
line.
at all, right?
Is there a water test
For
if you're unsure?
a lead line?
Yeah.
Only if the lead is leaching into the water. So, but there is a test, sure.
Some people could have had the line replaced from the curb stop in and have lead from the curb stop to the main.
It is possible. Very unlikely, but it is possible.
You would never have done a job like that, though.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Could you tell us a few?
You can't tell. So what about galvanized, that qualify also?
No.
All right, thanks. That's good news. Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
A lot of credit for that goes to to David Dressel, who's really been working with the Department of Health on this. He's been, the first contact with them, and then some subsequent meetings after that. So we've been awaiting this announcement. We're very pleased with it. But David did a lot of work and provided a lot of information to the Department of Health to be able to receive this grant.
How will that work out? Will it be a bidding process or?
Yeah, for any contractors, we would have a bidding process for it. Still have to figure out how we will run the program. There's multiple options out there as to how to do it.
Do you know how you're gonna find out people have lead in their house? You're just gonna ask them? Is that something people know, or?
Some people know, but we would ask and then we would inspect. If somebody believes that they have lead in their home, so if you felt like you had lead in your home, you would contact us as part of this grant process as we put it together, and then we would come in and inspect to see if you had lead.
Have we tested the water to see if it, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a little confused about, I guess, how the whole thing works, but have we tested the water to see if there's like lead in there or traces of lead in it, or, doesn't lead like make you like bad?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
It's difficult to test for the lead in the pipe when it runs. It's got to sit there for a while, and a lot of times it's basically also related to the joints. A lot of times you could have copper throughout your house and use the high lead content for the solder, and the solder itself will transmit that kind of lead. So this isn't going to address that. Even sometimes some faucets that you have, even the curved part of the faucet, like your kitchen faucet, has got lead in it because that's what makes it pliable to actually bend, and that has kind of lead in it. So if it sits there, that's why they recommend when you have a kitchen faucet, run your water for a couple seconds and get that water out of that faucet and then let it go through, because a lot of times that lead sits into that goes into the copper joints or the pipe itself or the faucet itself. Most of the time, if you look at your lead pipe coming into your basement right in front of your house, you'll see a big wad of lead, to connect to your interior pipes, and that'll give you a good indication that you got a lead pipe. Right, Paul?
I think that lead solder they abandoned.
Oh yeah, they abandoned that a long time ago. Now it's what, 90-10 or something like that. It used to be 50-50, solder.
90-10 is what they call silver solder.
Yeah. Well,
Hard to use.
it's very difficult to use, but now that's all they let you use, but.
So is our water poisoned, or are we good? That's really what I want to know.
It's got nothing to do with the water system. It's a grant to replace lead lines, if you have them.
But the water goes through the lines, right?
Through your lines, not our lines. There's a difference.
No, what is the difference?
Yes, so this is saying that there are lead lateral lines in the city. So coming off of the main that connects to your home, you may have a lead line. And there is a danger to having a lead line, and this helps to replace that. So yes, if you have a lead line, there is a danger to having a lead line.
This is our water system, our pipe.
Uh-huh.
Off of here comes your house, your line. You own those lines.
Right.
So we don't have lead in our water that's running through here. You will have, if you have lead pipes, it will run through your lead pipes.
I see. Okay, so this is more for homeowners. than-
Correct, yes, this is
Okay.
100% for homeowners, yes. Sorry if I didn't make that clear before. There you go, now we got it.
Is there any income guidelines that you need to meet to get the grant?
No.
That's awesome.
Guidelines are, have to have lead.
Have to have one.
Okay,
Good news.
discussion, Scott, let's go to public comment period.
At this time, the council has authorized the public comment period. If you wish to address the council, you must step forward, state your name and address for the record, and you will have 2 minutes to address the council on any matters you wish. At the end of your comment, the council may reply or choose to reply at a later date, if they so choose.
Paul Eubank, 1500 12th Avenue, Waterloo, New York. First, I'd like to praise the general manager for following through on the grass on 25th Street and Broadway. Was taken care of, starting to grow back again, but that's another issue. On the other hand, the potholes that I mentioned the last meeting were not addressed. Also, I don't see anything being done with the boulevards that we talked about. And the final issue is the bus shelter. Supposedly, a bus shelter is proposed to go in front of the old TB building, and it indicates, plans indicate that the shelter is going to be up against the building. 42 years of business and doing some building, there's always setbacks. And I believe, I understand a permit was issued by the city, which indicates that the shelter is going to be up against the building, which I guess is questionable. There is always rear setbacks, front setbacks, and sideline setbacks. Creighton and Manning, very difficult people to do business with. They're not friendly, they don't return calls. Supposed to get some information to me, never did. So here we are, what do we do? I guess we revert back to the city. Any comments, please?
So the potholes are on work order to be done, with some staffing out this week. It's fallen behind. They were supposed to be done this week, but there was an issue there, so they will be getting done. The boulevards, I have met with National Grid out there. Picture wasn't taken, but I met with National Grid. They have a plan as to how they're going to complete the grass on the boulevards. We didn't want to do anything in August because of the way that they're going to do it. That probably wouldn't take because of the heat and the heavy rains that we receive in the month of August. So in September, they're going to be coming out and putting some more grass on the boulevards there. As far as the bus shelter, I have spoken to Creighton Manning multiple times, met with them last Thursday. They are going to be reaching out with you to set up a face-to-face meeting so that they can sit down and speak with you. If you would like for me to be there, I can certainly join as well. But I told them they needed to get with you rather than give me the information and me meet with you. So they're going to come out and meet with you. They're going to show you the drawings that they have and all the determinations that are made on the public right-of-way. As far as the placement of the bus shelter, it's being placed in what's the public right-of-way. So there's no required setbacks. But
Supposedly.
they're correct, and the information that they will provide you will show you how that determination is made.
I'd appreciate it if you could be at the meeting.
I will be there then.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good evening, guys. I wanted to, I see that police aren't here today, but the intersection of 19th and,
Name and address.
oh, Tatiana Morani, 2318 3rd Avenue. The intersection of 19th, the bridge intersection. People keep almost hitting me. And I don't like it. And so if people could get out tickets, that'd be great. Police that intersection, especially at least like around time, like, 5 o'clock traffic time where you're coming home. And then also, Does that intersection have that? I know that intersection has it to where like all the lights give you like the walkway at the same time, which is great. I appreciate that. But people still kind of turn when there's like a no turn on red during that time. They shouldn't. And that's all I wanted, I think. Thank you.
So are you a walker or a driver?
I'm a driver, but I ride the bus because I like to be nice to the environment. And I usually walk home in the evening. So I usually drive, like ride the bus
So
there
what-
and then walk home in the evenings.
So what are you saying, that when you say they hit you, or they could hit you, is
They
it? when
almost
you're-
hit me, like, they
when you're
start
driving or
turning and
walking?
then they see me and they slam on the brakes and it's like,
So they're turning right on red without
yeah, they're
waiting?
turning right.
Or cross the
Like,
second.
not-
they're on the bridge,
Right. Okay.
coming from Troy and they're turning right. And so, you know, I don't want anyone to get hit and, you know, if someone hits me, I'm gonna fight them, so then you have to, you know, take me to jail too. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But seriously, we kind of police that area, I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Good evening, my name is Sean O'Neill, 1313 Fifth Avenue. I'm an officer with Douglas Industrial Company in Waterville, and I just trying to follow up on discussion that we've had with members of the city about part of that paper street that runs in the back of the building. I just want to know if there was any update on it or any discussion further on that.
We haven't seen it.
I have no update. The last thing I did with it was send an email to the council.
It's been sent to the council, and there was no comments on that particular sale. No negative comments on it.
Oh, that's good, okay.
It overlaps with a resident. Are you in discussions with them as well, or are you doing this?
No, we haven't. But I knew that, you know, that's the way the property line ran. And, you know, we, you know, if we have, you know, I guess, you know, we're not, you know, we had no problem with that as far as, you know, chopping it up that way for him. Or-
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just asking whether you're handling it individually or not, so. What's
We're
next?
both, he's aware of what we're doing too. We've talked about it, but not to any more depth until,
It's a mutually agreeable thing to do.
yeah.
Okay. So what's the next steps for us to parcel that up?
And so you're looking to purchase the property to maintain it and make it into part of your,
Yes.
part of Douglas Industrial?
What we'd like to do is clean it up, maybe level it, put some stone back there so we can utilize it for parking, and the AOH on weekends too. I mean, right now it's kind of an eyesore too. And we, you know, we're looking to have the, just access to it too, because right now the city owns that part, so we'd like to maintain it. So, you know, in a perfect world, we'd like to purchase it, would be either, you know, in auction form, which I believe that's what we have to do. And, you know, the boss is, you know, a typical owner, very impatient, so, you know, we're just trying to see, we can move it forward any faster, or,
Are you looking to expand the business, the building, overhead doors or anything like that on your building after you purchase this land?
no. Not at all. Again, we're just going to level it, clean it up, maybe put some crusher runs so we can use it for parking, for overflow for our employees. Because right now, we have a problem with between the parking on the inside of the property and the outside, on the west side of the property on 9th Avenue, with parking there for all our employees. So eventually, what we'd like to do is use some of the parking in back for that, to utilize that for us. But no trucks, no deliveries back there at all.
So your question about the next steps, I think the first part of the process would be to determine that, that it does not have any city use. And the council would, you know, make a recommendation, and the council would do that. And then, after determining that, would be an ordinance to sell. And I'll and I'll turn it over to the Corporation Counsel.
Yeah, there's a particular process that we would need to follow. I mean, more importantly, at the outset, just to review, I mean, there would need to be, you know, a survey, an actual survey, so we can review. I believe Christian Chartrand had emailed me a survey, but it wasn't really legible, so to speak. And I know that in discussions with the homeowner, it's my understanding that he had a survey conducted recently. So I think that would be the first step, is to see what exactly we're looking at.
Okay.
Then obviously, if to move forward, there would have to be specifically a legal description of what exactly would be at issue, meaning the portion of the land. And then we would have to follow, of course, our ordinance with respect to getting authorization to put that up for sale.
Okay.
Okay, so certainly there's a process. I would say that, you know, I understand sort of the pressure that you've sort of explained with respect to your boss, but I don't want to say it's a time-consuming process, but there are time limitations that would have to be, time issues that would have to be followed in order to potentially get it accomplished. And of course, you know, we would need direction from the council as far as to go forward and put the effort to move the process forward.
We also have a, if you need be, also a, the hard copy of the survey, which was done, I want to say back in 2001, 2002. We had the property survey, which is how we came up with that. So we also have that, if the city needs a copy of that, or better copy than what you have.
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Okay.
So if you could, you or one of your representatives could drop it off to the mayor's secretary, that would be great.
Great. Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
I did send this one.
You did, but I don't know if it was sent to the entire email or it was just.
It was just.
So, okay. I'll go back up to everybody else.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Does anyone else wish to talk?
He does it? No, he said, I turned it.
Have somebody go after you.
Don Whitehead, 1921 8th Avenue, Waterville. As the Yankee great Yogi Berra once proclaimed, it's déjà vu all over again. There, I repeat myself, in front of 634 4th Avenue is an area speed limit sign, 15 miles an hour. It's not listed in the city code. In front of 825 5th Avenue is one handicap parking only sign, not listed in the city code. In front of 807 23rd Street, zip tied to the one-way only sign is a reserved parking sign that is not listed in the city code. The traffic signal light at 23rd Street and 6th Avenue is not listed in Schedule 1 of Section 260 of the city code. On May 30th, Resolution 9621 was passed to expend $5,000 to retain outside consultants for the city charter revision. Has anything been done as of this date?
No.
Thank you. Municipal Rule, Home Rule, subsection 36 outlines procedures that must be followed to revise or rewrite your charter. You must form a committee. The mayor can appoint a committee, or excuse me, you can hold a vote by the city electorate. The mayor can form a committee of 8 to 15 people who all must be a citizen of the city. And the last one is the citizens can get together and write a petition to put it on the ballot. As of this date, if this draft was written by students in the law school, I don't think it's following MHR subsection 36. And another question is, how many people have read the draft? And how many have responded back to City Council on their comments on the draft. I've read it. It's a bad document. Got a lot of errors in it. Got a lot of omissions that shouldn't be omitted, and it's still at that time. Thank you.
John?
Good evening. My name is Maria Vera of Vera's Taylor, 719th Street in Waterville. I am here to obtain the permit.
Pull the microphone down.
I am here to obtain the permit for the 30 minutes parking space for my business. Thank you. Do I repeat again or?
You're good, keep going.
Okay?
Can you tell us the reason why you need it, Marie? Can you tell us the reason why you need it?
Excuse me?
The reason why you need
The
it?
reason why, because too many people park in front of my business for hours. And I don't have a parking space for my customers. I have a lot of complaints. I have handicapped people, they have to park far away because there is never parking space in front of my building. My customers, they are only 10 or 15 minutes the most, so it doesn't take it too long. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here it is. She's on one corner, Jenna's on the other corner, Delala's on the other corner.
She's in the congested area.
Flower girl on it.
Area that they've already-
Okay, does anyone else want to? Does anyone else wish to talk? All right, we'll close the public comment period.
And we're adjourned. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second that.
Clerk call the roll.
Mayor Manning.
In favor?
Councilman Patricelli.
In favor.
Councilman McGratty.
In favor. Executive session.
Meeting's
I got
adjourned.